Spoiler alert, cutting off a horse's head and putting it in a sleeping man's bed is a multi-layered logistical nightmare that could not be pulled off in one evening. The Godfather is essentially a perfect film, arguably the greatest of all time, but I'm sorry, the timeline surrounding the horse head is bullshit. Or horse shit. Tom Hagen leaves Jack Waltz's house at dinner time, and in the very next scene, Waltz wakes up at dawn with his prize stallion's decapitated head in his bed. So you mean to tell me in the span of 9 or 10 hours, you made some phone calls, found some guys who drove to Bel Air, broke onto the grounds of a secured estate, cut a fucking horse's head off, hauled that thing up to a mansion, and placed it in an old man's bed? Yeah, sure. Lest we forget, there are armed police officers in the stable to protect this $600,000 racehorse. So now you have to deal with them too? All of a sudden you need silencers and the schematics of the place? Keep in mind, these are hired hands from Cerritos we're talking about, not Jason Bourne. Google Maps isn't a thing, and I'm supposed to believe these dickheads know their way around Beverly Hills? Get out of here. Plus, they probably end up bringing all kinds of different saws for the job because they don't have the faintest idea what best cuts through horse. Bow saw, hacksaw, machete, chainsaw. I mean, what are we doing here? Clanging around in the middle of the night trying to locate the stables? Where's the barn? It's a stable, Tony. How many times I gotta say it? Also, there's gotta be more than one horse in there. How do they know which one to kill? Yeah, it's the brownish blackish horse, around 16 hands tall. You'll know him when you see him. Now all of a sudden there's a couple extra horse casualties? Cutting off a bunch of pony domes? That'd weigh on your conscience at night. Just would. My biggest gripe isn't the timeline or the dopes hired for the job, it's the reveal of the horse's head in the bed. First of all, let's completely sidestep that the minute you put this thing in Waltz's bed, he's waking up. Anyone with pets knows what I'm talking about. The second my 10-pound cat nestles at my feet in the middle of the night, I'm up. So I'm definitely gonna feel when my beloved thoroughbred's still warm severed 100-pound head is placed at the foot of my bed. I mean, that's just beloved thoroughbred's still warm severed 100-pound head 101. Textbook, really. All I'm saying is the amount of blood you're gonna produce when ripping through old Seabiscuit's jugular would not be contained inside of the bed sheets, okay? We're talking D-grade horror film over the top amounts of blood. And like, what do you transport this thing in? Not a hefty bag, I'll tell you that much. Good luck getting that thing up to the house in your burlap sack, getting blood everywhere, the lawn, poolside staircase. I mean, you're not just caught red-handed, you got red. Quilted quicker, picker upper my ass. All the bounty in the world couldn't tackle this mess. Hell, it's even too big a job for the brawny man. Dude shows up with his axe and red shirt. Suspect number 1. Does the brawny man have an axe?
He does not.
Be a f***ed up way to sell paper towels if he did. Carol? You better buy brawny. Now, I understand you might not think any of this ultimately matters and doesn't affect the film's greatness whatsoever, but come on, it's a horse's head. This is not something you throw together last minute. Maybe for Danny Ocean and the crew, but doubtful. You think Terry Benedict is financing this mess? Guy's a real prick, but he's not getting horse blood on his hands. There's a line. Tune in next time when we discuss the most ridiculous moment in cinema history, the helicopter scene from Godfather 3. Just kidding, we're not going anywhere near that. Pretend that film never happened. Francis Ford Coppola is known for 3 movies, and 3 alone. Godfather 1, Godfather 2, and The Conversation. You didn't see it, you thought I was going apocalypse now. I'm not.